Doing a video here on bait. One of the things you can do for a raccoon is take your trout, you catch them, put them in a jar, and before the season, when you're ready to trap, like 3 weeks, put them in the ground. Okay? You can bury them deeper depending on the weather. That in the ground, and that ground keep it just the right temperature where it taints, and that'll draw coon forever. I mean, when I first started trapping this, I was 9 and I caught my first 2 raccoon using that fish in a jar like that, buried. That really carries an odor. My grandpa taught me that when I was younger, and also you can do that with rabbit. We're not going to do it here. And the good thing for raccoon is marshmallows. They're easy to get. And then also fish oil. You want to put in fish oil. You get that at trap supply places. You can make your own. Here's with the fox lure I use. I got a special lure I made here. It's out of skunk glands, and it's also out of fox glands. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit this year how I do that. Show you the recipes. And you also could, later in the season, you can use fox urine, and that's a great attractor for fox when they get into mating season. But sometimes you skin a fox, you can get some urine. Most times you get it if you have a fox in a pen. But that's a quick lesson. We're going to go trapping here today. Alright, we're in a stream here. This is perfect for coon. They travel streams down to bigger creeks, and that's what this is here. I'll show you, there's a trail behind. You can see they follow that trail. They'll come down in here out of the woods. And we're going to set the stream right here. We're going to make a bait hole set. What you need is a drag. Drag is a nice log or something you can tie your trap fast to with wire. I got some 14 gauge wire. You need some strong wire, don't use the thin stuff, busted loose. And I just spin it around. You gotta get it on there tight to find a spot where it really connects, where it ain't gonna pull loose on either side. And you really tighten it down. I use fence pliers. Just grab a hold of it with that, spin. That'll tighten it down. Okay, now you put it on your trap. I'm going to use Sleepy Creeks. They're awesome. Number 11 Sleepy Creek Long Springs. I bought these years ago, and they're still good. And make sure your pan's nice and loose. And then set your trap. Level your pan, pull your jaws in towards your trigger. Number 11 Sleepy Creek, and they're double swiveled. Okay, let's tie that fast to our wire. Make sure we got it on there good. Okay, now I'll come in there, we're going to make a bait hole. I got a flat area here, you just kind of push your foot in, make it nice and flat, and make your bait hole. Put your trowel in there. You want a bigger size bait hole for a coon. And I'm putting it right in here so he can come in and look. That's what we want. Want him to come in and look there. And I set my trap here. Pull some of your junk away. You don't want that floating back over your trap. Come in the morning, you want them to step there. That's just like right here, step down, bam. He's in there, he'll root around, he'll get in. You want it a little lower. You don't want the water to, you want a place where the water don't go up and down a lot. Because you don't want to have to fuss with your traps, trying to lower them. And there I hid the wire. So I have it down here. See, it's about an inch and a half in the water. We'll walk up, bam, right in there. Let's get some bait. Great factor is this fish. I mean, it's visual. And it also smells. Put that fish in there. Look how shiny that is in there. That's what you want, a tractor for coon. That's what we got the marshmallows for. It's a tractor. Visual tractor. Then we'll take fish oil. And you just pour it in there. Fish oil in the hole. That'll spice it up good. That'll make it smell all around this place. See the oil run down the stream there. That's a bait hole set. It's pretty easy. We want to make sure our wire's back in, so he ain't gonna walk on it and trip the wire. And keep that open. Here, right here, we got dead fish already, or live fish. Yeah, he's moving. He swam down from the stream. Let's just throw him in there too. We'll poke a hole through. Make sure he stays. That'll keep him in there. Now the kid got something to feast on. That's a simple bait hole in the water. Okay, we're down in the swamp here. Coon run the swamp, they hunt for stuff. There's trails right in here. You can see they're running through there. They got their own little path. Well, they come up here and they're heading up this little hill here. Right here along this log. And that's what I'm going to use for my drag. There's a trail right on the upper side of that log, and we're going to set it. I'll show you how to make a trail set. Dig ground out right on the trail. Figure out your location. See, it kind of comes up here. And that's where we want it, right when they're walking up. And it's leveling out a little bit. All that junk out of the way. Dig a nice hole. Nice little bed for your trap. They're coming up this hill. Okay. Now, get our number 11, Sleepy Creek. One time they were made in West Virginia. I suppose they're still made in West Virginia. Who knows now, everything's made in China. So we're I got mine, they're made in West Virginia. Just set it, pull your springs back in towards your trigger. Tie your trap on with the wire. Make sure you have it close, you don't want wire sticking out. So we got the drag here, putting our trap in a nice location where he's not gonna get into our springs there. Okay, this kind of works the same way. You just get a leaf. You don't have to go all out. Wax paper, just raccoon. Not the most difficult triggers in the world. Alright, we'll find a leaf here. Here's a good one. Throw that baby right on there. Nice soft leaf. Don't blow. There's our pan right there. There's that trap. Actually, they do pretty good long springs. They will bed nice. Another advantage to this set like this, you're not in the water, so you got your peat moss and you're not going to freeze up, you're not going to have to worry about rain, and when you catch a coon it stays dry, so you don't have to worry about drying the hide out when you catch it. So there, I got a nice low spot for that raccoon. He can step right on that pan. There's a root. Let's find a nice stick for him to walk over. Alright, we got a dog-proof coon trap here I want to show you. And they're pretty simple. You just take them like this. Push that trigger down, set it half cocked right there, and Coon puts their paw in there and that wire pulls back with this spring, and whammo, you can't catch a dog because dogs won't put their paw down in there. Hey, when you're along the creek, waters rise, so you gotta fasten your trap to a root, not a drag. And here we got a dog-proof trap. We'll put some fish in there.
We got another coon here today, down a ravine by a stream. We caught him on a log set, and Brandon's going to tell you a little about log sets.
What we do is we sawed 2 slits out, and we chopped that center out to set a trap on it. Then I had wire here, and we wired a piece of fish on one side, and poked it through and wired another piece of fish on the other side of the trap. And I connected the trap down here at the log so the coon wouldn't be hanging off this big log.